Happy Merry whatever the fuck time it is for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're back for another episode of Bald and Bonkers Show. And Chris, what the fuck you doing in the closet?
I can't get nothing to work.
Again?
I can't get nothing. I can't get into work. I had to sign into Microsoft again before when I turned the laptop on. And then it was fine. And then I joined this live and it says you've been signed out of Internet Explorer. So I signed into Internet Explorer and it says, do you agree to the terms and conditions? So I clicked on the agrees and the terms and conditions and then it let me back in here. But then it wouldn't let me join there. You can add me, but I can't add myself.
Huh. Weird.
I don't know, man. I just fuck it. I don't know. There's been weird shit happening all day, me. Really weird stuff. I keep getting deja vu off of deja vu. I keep getting off of deja vu all day.
In the deja vu, then the deja vu. All right? You broken record? You gonna explain what the hell's going on?
I don't know. It's like weird technical problems. I've had them all day with like everything in the house and stuff. I don't know. Maybe the spirits trying to send me a message. I don't know. But just what the hell is that? Simply Alan, hey Chris, Dakota, alien head, pink, waving hand, pink waving face, blue smiley face, blue smiley purple face. What the hell is that? Why does it do that?
Well, because in Streamlabs it doesn't show the little emojis that YouTube actually has. So instead it uses the codes for them.
That's interesting. I was going to get this tape for the Xbox because so as I can stream. Because it's $9. I was going to say, you see, if you send me the referral link, you'll get $10 if I click on that for when I do it, $10 a month.
Okay.
Because you can three different destinations, which would probably be better. Get what I mean? And I can stream directly, but you'll also get $10, obviously, after your next bill.
Yeah.
You know?
It's only like 20. It's only $20 for how we got it going right now. So.
Aye, the what do you call it? The full package is 20 quid. I was thinking about that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But how's everybody in the chat? Galactic Stardust, Louise, Dots. Who else is in there? I think that's that.
I think we get some lurkers in tonight, but no surprise. We get them with every show.
I get lurkers every day with my show.
No, yeah, it happens. You get people that just want to just sit back and watch the show.
He learns.
Yeah, don't want to be too social. And quite frankly, I can't blame them most days.
I'm antisocial when you go.
Well, I'm well aware. So, I figured, what the hell were you trying to say when everything kicked us off last night?
What happened there? I was in the middle of a conversation and it just ended.
I don't know. That's what I was just trying to say. I know you were trying to say something, and I started to see that it was.
I was about to start talking.
My connection was fucking jumping, and by the time I got back in, everybody was gone.
Weird.
I was like,
I just thought you'd ended it because we were at the 2 hours. That's what I honestly thought. But I didn't care you were kicked off. But what was I talking about? I can't remember. What was I talking about? I was talking about Halo. I don't know how Halo's significantly. You were going on about how aliens, if they came here, they could camp in the desert. And then I went,
no,
why would they bother camping? They could stay in their spaceship and use the cooker and all that inside it. You know what I mean?
Well, I was just bringing up Halo because everybody's saying that's the newest form of soft disclosure going on right now.
I played. I remember when Halo first came out, and I put it onto my PC.
Now everybody's just paying attention ever since it got made into a TV show.
I've not watched it yet.
I noticed that two Chris and Dakota strange. Oh, probably all the tech issues, but yeah, yesterday was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I said to Alan the day because he was sitting next to me in the motor the day when I was doing like card readings, and it was so weird. I was out a walk with the dog along a railway track up with the wind turbines myself. I felt so weird. I felt like I'd done it before that day. And then I was sitting in the motor, I started getting weird vibes that, like, again, how you get deja vu. Like, oh, you've done this before. And then I was putting the cards out and I was thinking of the cards what in the deja vu and they were coming out. It makes you wonder if CERN's been fiddling about with anything. Because that's what they say, CERN's have.
Well, yeah, a bunch of people who don't actually know a thing about quantum physics trying to blame CERN.
I mean, I've heard a lot coming out of there the news saying they're starting to contact like ghosts in the machine and stuff like that. I think that's a load of bullshit. I think that's just folk talking through their arse, really, for TikTok and stuff like that. I do think there is something weird, especially with like the Mandela effect and stuff like that. Because I can remember that bloody Monopoly man had a monocle.
Mm.
He did. He had a fucking. He had one. He had a fucking He had a monocle. And I don't know. I think. What do you think is going on? What do you think is going on?
I don't know. Too many moving parts to say for sure, to be honest, the way I see it.
I'm going to say this. I've noticed lately a lot of strange things going on, like in the world circuit. The now, like a lot of like leaders are disappearing and getting removed for power, as if somebody's deliberately doing it. Like you said before, like kind of like there is things going on behind the scenes. And it makes me wonder if all this is connected, all this weird weather, all this weird stuff that's going on.
Well, the word is allegedly big key word there is that a lot of the world leaders we're seeing now are in fact body doubles, and the real ones have been killed behind the scenes.
To who's control of the world then?
Makes you wonder.
What would be the point in that? Would that be like an alien takeover, or would that be like, what would be the point in that? So as they can control the entire world the way they want it?
No, allegedly it's all the major figures that were behind all of this chaos in the first place that are being targeted. Someone's going out and taking them out.
So they're just replacing them with clones, basically.
Because if they don't, enough major political figures all of a sudden start dropping in a world that's already in a bit of a civil unrest, that's going to inspire some people to try to fill the void of power.
I'm going to say this: society itself is breaking down. We're lucky. We're getting to see it happen. We're in the pre-Mad Max era.
I don't think it will
Right.
go Mad Max.
Do you know how it'll go Mad? I do think
No.
in some countries. I mean, right? Have you seen all the Mad Max movies?
No.
Have you seen the one? Have you seen the one? Was it the third one that he did? The one with the nuclear weapons that was used. And it's quite interesting. The very start, it says how the world started to slowly fall apart because they were running out of resources. They were all fighting over the resources. And it makes me wonder what's going on in the now, because we are fighting our resources in there. Get what I mean?
We're fighting over resources because of a artificial shortage.
Aye. For stuff that
Artificial shortage, overpopulation. Like I said, people don't realize that there is so many different moving pieces going all at once. It's hard to label just one singular thing. The fact that we've only focused on singular aspects of the entire full picture is what allowed this much chaos to transpire in the first place.
I do think there's something weird going on. It's like with this Ukraine war, right? There's just something weird about this war. I've got a terrible feeling that Russia is in this with the West. So they're all playing a game. They're all playing a game with each other. What I'm saying is well, Russia's working with America, and America's working with Russia, right? And everybody's doing arms deals behind the scenes. See, Britain's making billions and billions of pounds through selling their intercontinental missiles and stuff. I didn't ken this, but see when they give Ukraine, say they gave Ukraine 30 billion, right? Ukraine goes back to the UK after getting the 30 billion and uses the 30 billion to buy tanks and weapons. Hence, the UK is getting it back again. You see where I'm going with this? And it's like that dodgy Prime Minister we've got, the one, the new. He's got deals left, right, and centre going. See the emergency system we've got in the phone here. I kind of use if got it in your phones in America. They brought it out in the UK for the phones in the UK, right? And you won't believe it, but it was his brother-in-law that was running the system. Right? This is great. There was a crazy storm blew in, right? And this is what the excuse was for if it was for storms and flooding, right? So my chimney blew off my house. That was the storm, right? And the phones never went off once. You see where I'm going with this? It's like everything's corrupt now. The health system is corrupt.
The
And it
corruption
needs
has
to
only
collapse.
been. We're simply becoming more aware of the corruption that's always been there. As the last few remaining decent people have been effectively weeded out of the system, it's been allowed to prosper a little bit more freely, uncontested.
Yes, Galactic Stardust says, I agree, Chris. I've noticed time is going faster. It's weird that. Have you noticed that, Dakota, that sometimes time goes really, really fast? But maybe that's just you're maybe doing something. It's like gaming. It's like when you start gaming, time goes really quick because you're in the moment, you're playing the game, right? But sometimes I've noticed lately, time is going awfully quick. It's just that wee bit quicker. And somebody was telling us the other day, I didn't ken this, but there was 8 days in a week. I didn't ken that. If you see it, I don't know anything about this. I've not had time to look it up. But have you heard about how they found clocks? Instead of having 12 hours, they've got 13 hours.
Yes.
Can you explain this to me? Because somebody told me about it yesterday, and I was like, right, I'll get back to me on that, and they never got back to me.
Figures, huh? When it comes to how time is told, let's face it, we can just look at a number of different countries here on Earth presently. Say, like how North Korea goes off of a different date system where they're only in the year like 500 or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. Starting to catch this damn cold that's been going around lately. But you have to realize when it comes to those timepieces, there's been a number of changes to how we've tried to keep track of time. There was points where we followed the moon cycles there, where it had 13 months. There's points where we had 13 hours in the day. It was a number of different ways that several different societies tried to compensate for the fact that Earth is not in a steady orbit to where it's an exact timetable of when we orbit the sun, just as an example. That's why we have leap years. Different societies have had different ways of compensating for it.
So when somebody says to me long ago there used to be, instead of 7 days in a week, there was 8 days in a week, what was the 8th day called? Think about it. What was the 8th day called? It must have had a name.
What was it called? I can't remember off the name of it. It's
weird that, isn't it? I mean, you think about it, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, of all ends and day, right? So it bound to have been, see what I mean, ladies and gentlemen? It happens again. Why is it when we talk about ghosts and ghouls, this never happens? He's coming back. He's in the... You there, Dakota man? You there, bud? Interesting. He's here, but he's not here, guys. I just don't know. See the last few nights, guys. Last night was horrendous, what kept happening. And knew this. I mean, is it... I mean, you would think... I mean, we've got 6 people watching us now for for YouTube. There's loads more for different destinations. But you'd wonder, why don't they go after the bigger channels? Maybe because maybe it's true what Dakota says. They talk pish and we talk the truth. But this blows me away. It's very weird, Louise, isn't it? And it's interesting how we started talking about the 8th day. What was the 8th day called? See what I mean? What do you guys, Dots, what was the 8th day called? I know you're a man of knowledge. What happened there, man?
8th Day Week, most people would reference the Beatles song, but there were several historical groups. I believe the Romans, the Celtics, the way they measured the the cycles of the days actually would account for about 8 week periods.
It's weird how this keeps happening to us. All this weird technical problems. I mean, you were up in the screen there, but there was nothing there.
I know.
It's just
Took me a couple refreshes in order to get it corrected.
Well, so with me, it's asking me to sign into my Microsoft account constantly, and with you, it just keeps cutting you off. I mean,
It is what it is, I suppose.
What are we talking about that's so damaging to them for this to happen?
Quite a bit.
Right, the 8th day, right? The 8th day. What was it called? I asked Dots in there. I don't know if he kens what it was, but what was the 8th day called? Because I'll look it up.
See.
That's not letting me again. The usual. Aye, I think we're getting into subjects now that's. Oh, you see what they've done in France? They've now made it illegal to talk about, to go against the vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's coming to the UK too, seemingly soon.
Yeah, it's them trying to cover their asses for the fact that it's slowly coming out that the entire thing was botched.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've totally buggered up.
So they're trying to cover their asses because, think about it, the number of government mandates, the number of businesses that all forced people to get the vaccination. That falls, if that has some negative consequences, and there's enough of a population that's still able to fight back to say, hey, what the fuck? That could spell some big time issues for a number of facilities that are already on the downward spiral.
Everything's in a downward spiral. The government, I just don't know, man. I just feel like we're at the end of the road nearly for civilization, and that's the honest truth. What's that? Galactic Stardust. What did you say there? I just started season 2, Lawrence. I'm curious to see what happens. What they're talking about there.
Resident Alien.
Oh, I've seen that. That's mad. That you seen that? The Resident Alien.
No. Do you know that was a comic book?
Was that?
Yeah, same publisher as Hellboy.
I didn't know that.
Came from Dark Horse.
I didn't ken that.
Same publisher as Hellboy.
I did not know. Hellboy, what was your favourite Hellboy? The first one or the new ones?
I never watched them.
You never watched? Oh, right, everybody, donate all your money. We need to send them away to a picture house somewhere to watch Hellboy. You'd be into that kind of stuff, man. The kind of demons and stuff chasing them about and all that. So, what other news have you got, Dakota, about the world? What other strange things are happening, man? See what I mean? This is happening all the time, this weather. I mean, you think talking about the movie culture and it would stop? I just don't know anymore. Dakota, you got to see Hellboy. It's awesome. Well, see, that's the thing. Galactic Stardust. Dakota doesn't watch much TV programs. I don't think. I think he's more. He was working away all the time. But I just don't know. I just think that the AI is working overtime right now on YouTube. I've noticed, right, if I do my card readings or I do my, what do you call it, or my talk about ghosts or I talk about cryptids, it's fine. No any problems whatsoever. But as soon as you start talking about aliens and, well, aliens, it just goes totally south. Or talking about vaccine mandates or talking about this or talking about that. The world we're in right now, guys, is changing extremely quickly. I don't know what's going to happen. I ken the UK's not got long, but it's maybe one of these countries that's got to be sacrificed. I don't know. I'm waiting for him to come back in. Kota, do you want me to add you? Let's let me add you. Wouldn't let me add you. Maybe miss wouldn't work. I keep freezing, guys, for you. My wee moose sometimes is not working on the. It wouldn't let me add you.
Oh, no, I can't fucking hear you. God damn it.
Telling you guys, this is the reality of podcasting today. If you talk about dressing as a pussycat and jumping about, and you'll get 5 billion views. But if you talk about the truth, they'll keep shutting you down. Can you hear us now? Can you hear us? I don't think you can hear us, guys. Just got to read out some of the comments.
What the hell?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Exactly, Dots. The old system has to come down. It's controlled by bad guys. I don't know what's going on with Dakota, guys.
I can't fucking hear.
See what I mean? This is all the time. This weather, it's constantly happening, and it's always happening on a Saturday or Sunday bloody night. Never happens to me when I do my lives, when I talk about witches and goblins and stuff like that. Hey, son of the naked Bigfoot, good to see you, Pete. What's that? If I talk to you about too much, you'll get shut down. Oh, God. Pete. Maybe that's what it is. Pete's in the room and he's talking about titties. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I think so.
I just don't know what's.
I don't know what the hell.
This is getting mad. This is getting mad now. Maybe we're needing to stream through YouTube and then upload this, pre-record it or something. They are pre-recorded.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's like you can't do nothing now. It's like the AI bots attack you for the most random as shit. I mean, if I was in here dressed as a cat and jumping up and down, okay, I mean, it'd be fine. But as soon as I mention the vaccine or I mention anything else that you shouldn't talk about, there used to be this thing called freedom of speech. Don't have that anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. So you were in the middle of saying something and you just disappeared.
I don't even know what. I don't even know what it was.
You were talking about how the days and how the calendars changed, and you were talking about how everything's changed for like a, what do you call it, like 7 days week to 8 days, how it used to be 8 days to back to 7 days, and how the clocks were like 13 hours long instead of 12 hours long. You were on that subject?
No, I wasn't saying anything about 13-hour days.
No, I said 13-hour clock.
Yeah.
I just don't know. It's just this madness. It's all the time. It's weird. It always kicks you out. Every time you go to say something, it's. I just don't get it
I'm not
anymore.
even in the mood, man.
I just don't know.
Ugh. I'm not even in the mood.
I'm getting a right sharp pain in my head right now. Don't know what's going on. Chris, just say the vaccine makes your titties grow and you won't be cancelled. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Son of the Naked Bigfoot has the cure. Nice shirt, Dakota. I what you got on there, Dakota? Let's see your shirt. Ken Jackson, where did it fool Mr. D? I just think we're getting attacked left, right, and centre all the time now. Can't I say nothing?
Of course. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know it's very frustrating. It is, because every time we get into a subject, it just kicks us. That is a cool shirt, by the way. Where'd you get that for? That's smart as anything with the UFO. Aye.
Yeah, my lady picked it out for me.
I thought it looked like a mushroom to start with, but then I noticed the beam of light at the bottom. It looks really nice. It does.
Yeah.
Heavy, paranormal. Ken Jackson. I just don't know where to go because I'm feared to mention things now. So I tell you what, why don't you tell us a wee bit about disclosure and stuff like that, Dakota, that you were going to tell us last night before everything went pear-shaped?
You are that named the show.
Hmm?
I don't know. I was just reading Ken Jackson's comment. I don't know, man. When it comes to disclosure, it definitely seems like there's an active effort to kind of backtrack on everything that's been said. You know what I mean?
I know. Especially what's happening now about how all the senators are turning and saying, oh, it's NASA says it's this, NASA says it's that, we're not coming out with any more. And that, you know what I mean? It's like 1 minute they're coming out with everything, and then the next minute they're backtracking. And I think you're right. I do think somebody's got to them. I definitely think somebody's got to them. Threatened them with what I do not know.
And that's the thing, though. I mean, take the Boeing whistleblowers just as an example, right?
Aye.
Second one's now been found dead. Why is nobody asking more questions? There's at least 10 others that are in the lineup.
Because they're like, if I answer any questions or talk to them, that's going to happen to me.
I mean, look at the actor Isaac Cappy. He was allegedly approached by Seth Green about child pedophile rings, trying to get him brought into the fold, and he was like, "No, we can't have that. That's not good." He tried going to the authorities. He tried, disclosing everything that was going on. He was an up-and-coming actor. His first major role was in the first Thor movie.
That's right. Yeah.
The last video he ever put out to try to expose this is just like, please remember, I am not suicidal.
Yeah.
And the number of people that got named are a lot of the same people that got named for Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
Just
a lot of folk on there. I was shocked when I learned Stephen Hawking's went. I mean, dear Jesus, did they have a stair lift in for him or something like that? I can just see him the new get up the flight of stairs in his chair.
I mean, they do have like special accommodations to transport people in wheelchairs when it comes to flights, but nevertheless, what the fuck?
But I thought I seen something there, hadn't you? But I just presumed it was your cat.
No, something literally just walked by me right here. Okay. Interesting.
Wonder who it is. Where's your EMF meter? Do you think you've got your EMF meter? I've not seen it lately. Do you need batteries or something?
Yeah, haven't it. Been busy with other stuff, man.
That Epstein Island's quite interesting because obviously it's still there. And I wonder what ever happened to that. I wonder if anybody will ever buy that.
Well, actually, someone is wanting to buy it and turn it into a resort.
Oh my God. Pete, they're turning Epstein's Island into a resort. Pete gets tickets to do. But come on, it's like that place in what do you call it, Venice, that they wanted to turn into a resort to. Kind of Death Island, Pervalia, whatever it's called. They they literally wanted to turn that into a resort. There's a field, there's an island. All it is human remains, and they wanted to turn that into like water slides and stuff. Look, Daddy, I found a skull. That's good to me.
I mean, considering how old some of those remains would be, if you got to take them out of the dirt, they would probably just crumble.
Well, it's all ash in it because they burnt them. And then obviously in today's crematoriums, they burn you and what's left, they put you in a grinder, right? And then the powder form. But in their days, they didn't do that. They burnt you until all your flesh was off, and there was any big bones, they just chucked you in a hole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, if they were to find any skeletal remains for how old they would be, they would probably just disintegrate on their own.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, imagine turning that bloody island, and no, I'm not talking about the one in Venice. I'm talking about the other one, Epstein's Island. Imagine turning that into a resort. What would you call it?
Fuck, I don't know.
I mean,
any good marketing team can flip something negative like that.
Look, imagine the secrets that island. If you were a spirit in that island, imagine the secrets that holds.
Right.
Because think of the people that disappeared, that went there and never came back. You know, a lot of young ladies just disappeared off the face of the earth.
A lot of young ladies with already questionable home backgrounds that made them targets for that type of group.
Yep. That's a show we should do one night, is talk about mass murderers and talk about cults. It's an interesting subject because how cults start, like kind of like Heaven's Gate and stuff like that. And
actually, I've been looking for cult experts to come on the show, being that the number of times you see cult-like behavior start up in these groups.
You ever seen the Charles Manson interview? I watched it the other night, the full thing, and he was convinced that he didn't do nothing wrong. And they're like, but a lot of people are like, oh, but maybe he should have been let out because he didn't do anything wrong. No, he made the people go out and murder people. He brainwashed these people, right? Kind of like Hitler did with the Nazi Party. He brainwashed those people to go out and kill for him. And he said he should have been released. Was he just got to start another following and send other people out to murder each other?
Of course he would. He got away with it once before. Why wouldn't he do it again?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, guys, I think you would like that too. If we started talking, if we did a talk one night about serial killers, not just serial killers, about these cults that are out there.
Oh, especially
it's Heaven's Gate. That was an interesting one.
Oh, hey, they're still living members of Heaven's Gate. We could probably reach out to.
We should. I'll see if I can find any. And
oh no, their website's still up, man.
Is it?
It is.
It's interesting.
I mean, that's one thing. When you really Heaven's Gate had that, if they go to die, the UFO would basically collect their souls and come back.
Nah.
How fucked up is the world where the Heaven's Gate dude was actually onto something? If all this ET stuff has some layer of truth to it, how fucked up is the world where the Heaven's Gate guy was actually onto something?
It just shows you. You don't know who he's been talking to. He might have met somebody to tell him we were in contact with Acid.
Like,
Ken
like,
Jackson. Yeah, acid indeed.
but here's the thing. We, as speaking from a paranormal background, UFOs and ghosts, aliens, whatever, it all eventually overlaps at some point. We know that. And we also know that horrific situations, people who get heavily involved into drugs, more often than not, that can sometimes draw out some entities that are looking to fuck with someone's head.
Oh yeah.
And they know no one's going to believe that person because they're fucking around with drugs.
Can that? It's so weird you said that because I watched a video about a week ago, and I don't know if you've seen this one. It's is it Florida, and
That would not fucking be surprising.
the two cops picked this guy up, this young African American guy. They picked him up, and they handcuffed him and put him in the back of the cop car. And 1 minute, and he turns to the cop and he says, "Thank you for arresting me. I was going to do something really bad." And then his voice just totally changed.
Mm-hmm.
Totally changed. And then it went back again. And the cops looking at him and said, "What's going on?" He's like, "Oh, there's an evil entity in me. He wants me to kill people." And then the voice came out of him again. And you could tell it was like a white person talking through an African American. It was so weird. It sounded totally different.
There's actually a psychological phenomenon. I can't remember the clinical name for it, but it does involve like trance-like behavior and what most people would associate as possession.
Yeah.
Where they would get into these channeling like states and all of a sudden they start muttering all sorts of insanity.
Yeah.
If, as I recall, I think I know the particular case you're talking about. I do believe Flocka was
I was just about to say
was
that.
in his system.
Yeah.
I do believe Flocka was in his system, and that is actually a well-known documented side effect of seeing evil demonic beings.
Yeah. I do believe there is drugs out there. I mean, I wish Mike was about actually, because Pete's away marching out of the hills now. But there was drugs out there. Yes. Do you know that there's actually drugs made out there made of human corpses?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this in the chat. I was watching it. And seemingly it's like an hallucinogenic. And they take it during, like, they used to take it during, like, their whatever they were doing, kind of like ceremonies and that. But now they're just taking it for a buzz. And they actually dig up corpses to get the parts of the bodies needed. Because the graves, it's like, I think it's like in America, South America and stuff like that. There's islands and that, and the Dominican Republic and that, but they've been finding graveyards that are getting pillaged for people looking for the bodies to turn into drugs.
Yeah. And the effects of those particular drugs are when you really think about it, the effects of those drugs are the same reason why they say cannibalistic behaviors and extreme survival circumstances like full-on Donner Party are where stories where you get like the Wendigo, that some people were in very traumatic and desperate situations to where their only chance of survival was eating another person, and they couldn't mentally handle the fact that they had to do that. So their mind either invented a whole scenario that they were under the influence of some being, or they turned into some sort of monster, or, and this is where the fucked up part really kicks in, the lack of preparation in the meat, would cause certain viruses and stuff, just like not preparing a good steak can make you fairly sick. And that's all they say. If you are in a dramatic enough survival situation, technically, if you cook everything just right, the only part of the body that has any real risk with no best preparations to it is the brain. And I think a lot of people are just started getting chills to saying, Dakota, why do you
Yep.
know that?
I'm going to say this now. I pray to God that I'm never in a plane crash with you. I'll be sitting on a desert island and you'll be sitting with your fork and knife and Christopher, come here. I want to tell you something. But look at the cannibal case. Look at the cannibal case in Scotland.
The Sonny Bean clan?
The Sonny Bean clan. I mean, they were interbreeding with each other. I mean, there were sisters
Yep.
going with their brothers. The brothers were going with their mothers. The mothers were going with their fathers. It was just ridiculous. I mean, it was. But they killed over 3,000, 4,000 people over the years, over the 10, 15 years that they were there.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, why is there no evidence of their bones? Because they threw the bones into the sea. A lot of people don't realise that the sea is very corrosive.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like that's why the Titanic, you don't find any human corpses because there's wee insects in the sea that eat everything.
Yep.
Everything. It's different in fresh water, though. In fresh water, if it's deep enough, in fresh water, if it's deep and cold enough, you will still find bones. It's like I follow a guy on TikTok, and they're like there's divers, and they go and help missing people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? And it's like cars that's
Yeah.
went into like water and stuff in America and that. And he says he's went to ones that have been in like inland seas, and there's been hardly anything left of them because the microbes have ate the bones.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's went to ones in freshwater rivers, and they've still got like muscle on them, even though they've been doing so deep for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It is shocking. That's actually. I wonder if we could get him on for an interview to talk about that, because that's an interesting thing, that how people do that to commit suicide. And please, everybody, if you're thinking about suicide, don't. There's people out there that will help you. I mean, I don't get it. What do they do? Do they actually sit in their car and then just like roll the windows up and drive in?
Yeah, actually. Trust me, man. There was an incident I had many years back. Makes me sound a lot older than I actually am, but there was this girl I was seeing, and we were out driving around. It's a hot day, so we were trying to find a cool spot, just kind of hang out and chill, and find this nice little lake. Seemed like a nice view. She just looks at me and said, "Oh, that's where my mom tried to kill herself with me and my brother still in the car."
Yeah.
I wish I was making this up.
Mm-hmm. That guy in question, I was watching. I can't remember what his name is. It's on TikTok, and he's got like something like 4 million followers. And they've got the wee aluminum boats. Sorry, Americans. Aluminum boats. We've got to start that argument tonight again. And they've got like the sonar, and he was going to learn this river. And it was a bridge with black water. You could tell it was deep, man. And he's like, that's a car, but there's like something like with an arm sticking up. Do you get what it was when the divers went down? The guy had drove in and then changed his mind. His foot was caught round about the bottom of the seatbelt, and he couldn't swim. And that was him. That was actually his hand. He was floating inside the car, halfway out the window.
The number of suicides where the way they look at the remains, you can't help but wonder if they try to change their mind last minute, but the elements already caught up with them.
Yeah,
it's disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, there's, like I said, we have a bridge here. It's called the Prime Bridge, and basically, it's one of the last legal spots in the U.S. to jump from, and it's because of a cross-jurisdictional thing. So a lot of base jumpers and such took advantage of that and tried to make it to where it's still hard to deal with when it comes to police matters, but they utilized that and made it in sort of a touristy thing. There's at least one jumper a month where, again, like I said, eyewitnesses go to look and said at the very last second, it looked like they were trying to change their mind.
Yeah.
But something like a big truck or a semi just happened to drive by at the wrong time. And when you're out in the middle of that bridge, the bridge will bounce.
Yeah.
So if you're already a little weak and emotional, It's just that one little nudge.
There's a bridge like that near me, but it's no like a gorge or anything. It's quite high, and it's maybe about 15 miles. I'll not say where it is, but there was one case. It's well known for suicides, right? They've actually deployed nets below it now, right? And there's actually a phone at one end and a phone at the other, and it's straight to like the police, and it's straight to the what do you call it, the emergency services. But in case you're off to suppress or something, but it was actually a case. I know the fireman that attended it, and someone was walking off the bridge, and they could hear someone shouting, "Help!" And so the fire brigade turned up, and what had happened was it was sheer luck. It was a young lady. She jumped off and she hit off a tree. And you can how you get the trees that grow out the side of the cliffs.
Yeah.
She hit off the tree and then fell into the next tree and fell into the next tree and fell into the next tree. Like kind of as if she was going doing like a game kind of thing where you drop the pennies. And she went doon, 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 and then landed in the rocks below. She broke both her legs, she broke her arms, but she was still alive.
Yeah.
If she'd been that much more out, she would have been dead.
And
it just shows you what fate. Like, I mean, look, if you're thinking about suicide, guys, don't do it. Don't do it, because you're just going to have to come back here and do it again. That's what I'm going to say to you in that.
Yeah.
They're going to break your
This
contract.
QR code we have on the screen is a list of international resources for emergency services, helplines. Please use it. Yes, technically there is a little bit of a tracker, but all that tells us is the number of people that have scanned it, and it's a little frightening how high that number's gotten.
Yeah. I actually know a police officer, and he was telling me the other day that they had to go and tell a family that he found their dead daughter. Overdose. Found them in the woods next to a park. It's down south. This officer lives down south, and he said he had to go and tell the father that his work, and he broke down. Yep. Don't do it, guys. Please. There's more to life. It really is.
There's probably people going, okay, well, this is certainly a dark term. Main thing we're trying to emphasize is that, well, yes, it may seem like we're going to have Mad Max-esque craziness getting ready to come out the next few years, the way things are going. And there's a lot of people who are struggling right now, but nevertheless, at the end of the day, at the end of this, there are so many amazing opportunities that are going to come forward because of these hard times.
What was that? They're coming to get him, ladies and gentlemen. Taking him away.
Oy vey.
The joys. The joys. I get noises all the time too, man. I've got a sign on my door when I get in, it lights up. Because folk ken that you should get one that says on air. What's that in the chat there, man?
Well, where did the pussy? That was a James Bond reference, Ken.
Ken, I'm going to say this to you, but see that person with the bald the head next to me? Where did you get that photo from?
Oh, you mean?
I know it's you, but where did you get it from?
Which one? Oh, that? I mimicked I think it was Pierce Brosnan.
Do you know who he looks like? Nah, I shit you not. You seen the new Dune? The new Dune that's out, the new Dune.
Dune.
Right?
Oh, I thought you said Jin.
That. No, the film with Arrakis. Well, you see the new one that's out, the last one, part 2.
Oh, screw you. Looks like those albino dudes.
It looks like that the Baron's son, the crazy one with the knife, and he keeps cannibals in his bedroom. Aye. Watch this. I'll take this away, right? You'll see what I mean now. He does.
He did not think this, sir, did he?
I didn't think that's true, but it does. It does look like you do look like him, and he keeps like his 3 women with him all the time. Then they're cannibals. You know, but I was like that when I was looking at the picture. I was like, holy shit, is he copied June? When I first seen it,
No, that was using
That's
AI
okay,
to
right
kind of
now.
combine me with Pierce
Oh.
Brosnan.
Hello there, Miss Moneypenny. License to talk about aliens.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't- I just-
You know,
I
you
just-
want to know what happened yesterday after the show? There was a weird SUV. I hear a knock at the door, but the second I get to the door, there's this black SUV that's driving off. Now, so those of you who remember a few episodes back, I showed a clip of what looked like an explosion and weird lights levitating in the sky, right?
Yes.
Well, that was outside my house, one.
Maybe he's stood
That
outside the other now, causing all
that
your
cam
problems.
that camera was glitching out when that SUV showed up.
So who was in the SUV? Was it a SUV, or was it just something in disguise?
Here come the man in black.
Will Smith sitting there the now. I don't think he'll be back after punching Chris Rock in the face, mind you.
Nah, man.
You seen the interview with the two? You seen the interview with the two of them talking about it? You need to watch that. The two of them are sitting staring at each other. Oh, come on. I thought that was put on when they slapped that guy because it looked dead fake. It did look dead fake.
You know, someone actually found a clip, I think it's from a 1930s movie, where a guy was at an award show making fun of another dude's wife, and it was almost like frame by frame. It was exactly like how Will Smith came up and slapped Chris Rock.
See, that makes me wonder.
It's
That
like
makes me wonder.
I don't know. It's like that was a little weird. You know, with AI tech out there nowadays, you don't even need motion capture suits anymore.
Do you know what we should do? Once a month we should do this. We should do a movie review night. We should deliberately watch movies, like sci-fi movies, and do a movie review one night.
Chris, I think you left your vibrator on.
Eh?
Yeah.
What?
You
What
have
is it?
something vibrating on your end.
Nothing.
Yeah?
Nothing. No.
No?
No.
You sure?
I'm positive there's
No
nothing.
no
My phone's in silent mode.
no judgment here, man. No judgment here. Just
That's
saying.
all right. I got it for that link that you sent me. You know, alien vibrators.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. Oh, we still gotta get Lulu that Godzilla penis replica.
That's going to be big. That's going to be really big. We're going to have to get an 18-wheeler for Louise. You can see the crane the now. Bring the dick over here. You know, I just look at that face that he's got. He's frozen. What? He's frozen, ladies and gentlemen. Looks. I need to take a picture of this. Oh, bugger! I was going to take a picture of that. You look like you were in a weird
Froze, not
position.
me.
You look
Figures
like
we're talking about Godzilla dong, and all of a sudden we're having issues.
Here comes the man in black. You're talking about
Visitors when I go to work tonight,
Godzillas.
aren't I?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Just send it to Jenny. No, Louise, it's yours. You won it fair and square. Don't you worry. We're having to hire in a couple of transport aircraft to bring it in here, but it shouldn't have cost us that much. How is it? $4 million or something for the delivery?
I think they called in a couple of favors.
Could you just send her an inflatable one?
Yeah, but then
It'll
she
only take
pop
you a
it.
week. I can see you the new, Louise. In the back garden. It'd be a talking point for your neighbours at your new house. People could go and say, "What is that in your garden?" And you could say, "That's my prize, my big dick."
That's my kaiju dick.
Aye. And I'm like, wow, I've always wanted to go and touch one of those. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But you know, you'd have loads of people around. You could charge people. You could make a couple of euros here and there to come get pictures taken at the island's biggest dick. You know, you can start.
Oh God.
Wow. I think Louise would like that. I think Louise would like that kind of thing. You could enter that in, you could enter that into like street parades and stuff like that.
Oh, that would be very much a hit with the 2024 crowd, wouldn't it?
I would be the right into that kind of thing. You know what I mean? They already think I'm weird enough. I will think of it in this sense.
That
You'll
doesn't
get
surprise me.
nobody in your back garden except for perverts. Oh God!
Oh God!
Jesus,
This wouldn't be the
what time
bomb
is it?
bonker show if we
56.
didn't. Yeah.
Have
Oh
you not got
God!
videos coming out this week?
Yes, we have one of the Network Academy classes is going to be open to the public, as well as a new episode of Franton Files.
There you go. See, I was going to be doing a card reading show on here through the week. I don't know if I'll do it, but look at these that I got. I'm not going to take them out the box because I'll end up spilling them everywhere. But these are beautiful, man. It's all starseed.
Mm.
They're nice, aren't they?
Okay.
So I get them. So I don't know when I'll use them. Maybe use them tomorrow or whatever. What's that? They're already thinking, what you up to now? What you writing there, Dakota?
I'm not writing anything. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, I was up to something, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, Louise wants that prize gift that she won, and we'll need to send it to her, you know, along with a couple of foot pumps.
Yeah.
You know, it'll look lovely in your garden. But I'm telling
She's
you,
talking about the cards, dude.
all right. Oh, they look nice. Oh, I thought you were meaning the. What you call it? I thought you were meaning the. I thought you were still talking about your Kudrai thing or whatever it's called, you know.
Yeah, my kaiju-sized dick, but.
Aye, where did you get that from? Across it? Was it like a? I see, look, box comes up.
There's all sorts of weird shit you can get out of Japan these days.
It's amazing what you can buy off of TikTok. I didn't buy these for TikTok, but these I had to order in. But it's amazing.
Yeah, no, you can get Bald and Bonkers merch on TikTok.
Look at that. There's like, I mean, they're beautiful. These. How much? I mean, these are they're kind of 35 Canadian dollars for these.
Sounds about right.
And about 25 American dollars, but I got them for like 16 quid because it was one of the Prime sales. Kind of, you get like 40% off or something.
Oh, but nice.
I was like a wee Prime sale. I like the cards. Do we get a reading? You get a reading tomorrow when you say tune in to the Mad Me giving card readings because I've not had a chance to read the booklet with them. Yeah.
Yeah, the mystical mole.
Yes, the mystical mole. My first magic spell. You will wake up tomorrow with an afro.
Never mind.
What?
Never mind.
You look good with an afro. I have big heady hair. One of the like 70s style hairdos that go away to there.
Well, you should have seen how I was dressed at the disco.
What disco?
Nothing.
Did it have disco?
No reason. Nothing.
Disco.
No, down here. No, down here.
You mean when you went to the thing with Elena and they were jiving and.
Yeah, I had to leave because my son was stopping by.
Yeah. Yeah, you just wait above the hotel.
No, we're flying around. And, yeah, anyway, well, that's another story.
If you want Galactic, if you want a reading, I'll be trying them out tomorrow with everybody on Ghost Squad Scotland, the live that day. So if you want to pop in, I'll give you one.
Yeah.
But my channel's growing quite a bit. See the amount of people that want free readings.
Oh yeah, the number of people that abide by that shit religiously. My God.
Oh yeah, I know. But that's why I do it for free because I think everybody it helps people. You know what I mean? It does. You know. But anyway, Dakota, it's the end of the show looms. Another week begins. Live long and prosper, everyone. And look out for the aliens.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, happy whatever the fuck you celebrate. Keep your eyes on the skies. Being the weather's not getting nicer here in the northern hemisphere, shit's gonna get weird.
Yeah, they're gonna take us away. As long as it's the aliens don't come to take us. I do. I've went mad. I'd mad, you know. But don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, if you get a visitation for Dakota tonight dressed as James Bond, don't worry. You'll be fine. What's that? Thanks. Happy Sino de Ma. What's that? Sino de Ma.
Cinco de Mayo.
Till the next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes.
Have a great
Much
week.
love. Take care. See y'all next time.